Hi, I'm Pastor Leah. This Sunday, Pastor Richard talked about the story of Jesus calling his first disciples, the fishermen Peter, James, and John. The link to the worship service is below. In the context of religious faith, a call refers to a person being directed to do something special for God. In the case of these three fishermen, Jesus invites them to become his followers. That very day, the fishermen walk away from their jobs, their families, and all they had ever known. Many Christians have stories of their call to be followers of Jesus. Pastor Richard remarked that call stories often begin with a small favor. Will you take me out in your boat a little way from shore? Will you drive the church's bus to pick up kids who live too far away to walk to our after-school program? But then God invites people into more challenging situations and into more abundance, like the three fishermen going to the deep water and catching almost too many fish to carry in their boats. I found myself nodding about the pattern that Pastor Richard described. I had grown up in the church, but left when I was a teenager. I was in my late 20s when my call began. I had been experiencing an emptiness in my life. It began simply enough. How about going to a church service? I took my family and went. But we didn't want to talk with anyone, so we got there after worship started, sat in a corner by ourselves, and left before the service ended. How about attending a church event? We went to the church's Mardi Gras party and had a good time. We actually talked to some people. How about becoming church members? We did, and began volunteering in a couple of ministries. How about joining a small group? We did, and I found out I was good at leading Bible studies. How about going to seminary? This came from a number of people, separately. Okay, but I'm scared of public speaking, so I couldn't possibly be a church pastor, maybe a chaplain. During my internship in a church during seminary, I learned a lot about worship, about how it's an opportunity to create an experience so that people can encounter God. I also found out that I had a lot of gifts that I had never known about and wouldn't have found any other way. Now you're talking. And the list goes on. I found that God's call always takes me out of my comfort zone, and my comfort zone keeps getting bigger in the process. Along the way, I've experienced more than I ever imagined possible. More joy, more pain, more abundance, more struggle, more hope, more life. And Jesus has been there with me the whole time. Accepting God's call, or calls, as the case may be, can be scary. You never know where you'll end up, but you can be sure that Jesus will be there with you. What is God's call to you now?